Hey, what's going on guys? It's me, Aiden, from Cartoon Apocalypse, and today I'm here with a discussion type of video where I'm going to be talking about an episode coming in Season 3 where we have the synopsis. Now, before I go any further, if you don't want to be spoiled whatsoever, no spoilers at all, then go ahead and click off now because this video is just all based around spoilers. So, yeah, spoilers for Season 3. So for those of you who somehow don't know, there was synopsises released for every single Season 3 episode a little while ago. I'll leave the link to my video where I go through all of them in the description below, but today I'm going to be focusing on the episode called Ladybug. Now, there's a couple of things that I'm going to be talking about as far as this, and I've gotten a lot of comments saying, hey, talk about how Marinette gets expelled and stuff, so that's kind of what I'm going to be talking about here today. So the Ladybug synopsis reads, Marinette gets expelled from school, but there's an even bigger problem. She has to face a monster that looks like Ladybug. Now, first of all, these synopsises were originally in French, but they were translated to English, so there could be a little bit of misinterpretation there, but I don't think it'll be too big, but just wanted to put that out there as like a quick disclaimer. But there's two parts of this episode that I want to talk about. First is how Marinette gets expelled, and then the monster that looks like Ladybug. So how does Marinette get expelled? In my opinion, there are two ways that this could happen. There might be more, but these are just the two ways that I thought makes the most sense. First is Lila, and a lot of people in the comments are saying like, oh yeah, it's definitely Lila, or Chloe possibly, but I think the thing that makes the most sense is Lila. So that's definitely a possibility, it's just Lila, just, you know, she keeps aggravating Marinette, and so Marinette has to defend people and gets angry, and that's what causes her to eventually get expelled because she just keeps back talking to teachers and things like that. So that's the first reason why she might get expelled, but then the other reason, and then the reason that makes more sense for how I think the Ladybug side's gonna go, but I'll explain this more in a minute. The other reason I think she's gonna be expelled is she's just late to class. There are punishments for if you show up late multiple times, and Marinette, we have seen like show up late multiple times throughout the show. So it is just possible that she was doing her Ladybug duties and she wasn't able to make it to school on time. And as a result of that, she gets expelled because she has been absent for more than a couple days. And that's definitely a big possibility that I think makes more sense than Lila. Well, it's not making more sense, it's just a more, I think it's more possible than Lila. So that's just my opinion on that. Now let's go ahead and talk about the monster that looks like Ladybug, and then I'll kind of just go back to the Marinette getting expelled thing. I have kind of two reasons on what I think this is going to be, and the first one's it doesn't make too much sense, but that's going to be just one. It's more of just an idea that just is kind of I'm throwing out there. So if Marinette got expelled because of Lila, I think that there's a possibility that all the students start like lashing out at Lila because Marinette was expelled unfairly. And so that might cause Lila to get akumatized again and turn into a monster that looks like Ladybug. Now, I don't know why it would be Ladybug. That's where it gets kind of foggy. But that was just one of my thoughts that, hey, maybe it's Lila again. And again, it's Lila again. So it's like less plausible. But I just wanted to have two different options that I could throw out here for both options as far as how Marinette gets expelled. Now, the next option that I'm going to be presenting here is a little bit different. I had to really think outside the box for this one because I had to fit it within certain parameters or it just wouldn't exactly work. And I think that this monster that looks like Ladybug, I've thought about it, and maybe it was Tiki, but I did some research and I don't think it can like physically be a Kwame. And I can't remember if somebody confirmed that it could be a Kwame, but I didn't see anything on the wiki saying that a Kwame could get Akumatized. But then again, I feel like I heard that somewhere, but I don't know for sure. So I just kind of scratched that because I don't know for sure. But I'm thinking that it has something to do with Ladybug or Marinette. Because she was expelled, she's probably feeling unjustified because it was probably an unfair, or a better like thing. Since she's Ladybug, she has to save the day. There's no other option. She has to, and if she's late to class, then that sucks because she has to save the day or else just kind of the whole world dies. Yeah. So it's definitely unfair that Marinette just gets in trouble for saving the day, and so she feels unjustified as far as that goes. So what happens is she leaves school or something. She gets notified that she's expelled, and she's sad, and there's a couple ways that this could go. She either turns into Ladybug, similar to what Ken Noir did on the Christmas special, and she just goes out and just kind of explores Paris and stuff because she's not in school. And then the other thing is she's just Marinette. Now the Marinette one I think is a little bit less of a stretch, just because I don't think that the creators of the show would make Marinette get akumatized, or in my opinion be Mayura-atized in this situation, and have it be Ladybug, because that could be a clear indication that Marinette is Ladybug. So I think that it's more likely that Marinette will transform into Ladybug and then get encountered by either Gabriel or Mayura after that. So after Marinette transforms into Ladybug and she goes out, Hawkmoth senses this negative emotion, and what happens after that is he takes the opportunity. He's like, oh my gosh, this is Ladybug, let's go ahead and try to akumatize her. Now here's my thought on this. I think that Gabriel isn't successful in akumatizing Ladybug. I think what happens is he tries, but Marinette or Ladybug is actually able to fight it off. And that's why she's facing a monster that looks like Ladybug, because if she was akumatized, then she herself would transform into someone else. But as we saw from the episode Mayura, Mayura's power creates something out of the emotion and creates a monster, and in Mayura's situation, it was a giant moth. And so this gives me more support for my theory, because Hawkmoth's creature, which in this case was actually protecting Hawkmoth, it was a moth. And I think it's up to Mayura to determine if the creature is against or for you. So we'll have to learn more about Mayura in a little bit. But I do think that after Gabriel is unsuccessful in akumatizing Ladybug, that he will say, hey, Natalie, let's go ahead and try your power on this. Oh, of course, only if she wants to and things like that. But I think that this is what's going to happen in this episode. Mayura is going to successfully get to Ladybug and create this monster that looks like Ladybug. And I think that would be super interesting, and if that's true, this episode, I'm really looking forward to it, because the creators of the show can't really akumatize Ladybug because there's just a couple implications that don't work, but they can Mayura-atize Ladybug. Now, that's not the official word or anything, that's just a placeholder that I'm putting there, because I have nothing else to put there, but that's my personal thought on this, and I think that makes the most sense, and yeah, so I do think that Ladybug will fight it, and we'll go from there. But yeah, that's my ideas for this episode. What do you guys think? Did I think of something that you didn't? Did you guys think of something that I didn't? Let me know down in the comment section down below. As always, if you enjoy this type of content, you can leave a like and subscribe for more content similar to this. Also, if you guys have any more of these episodes that you want me to go through, then you can go ahead and leave suggestions down in the comment section down below, because I'd love to review your suggestions. Also, you can also suggest stuff in our Discord, public, free, it's fun. You can go join, link is down in the description below. But anyway, that's going to be it for me, and I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.
Better get fishing.